Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever witnessed a man completely lose it on camera over a single leaked photo? No? Well, strap in, because what you're about to see might just be the most explosive meltdown in hip-hop history. Imagine this. One moment, 50 Cent is casually running his mouth, acting like it's just another trivial day in the celebrity jungle. The next, Papoose is descending on him like a guided missile. Fists swinging, security in chaos. Remy Ma screaming at the top of her lungs for someone, anyone, to stop the insanity. And all this over what? Just your classic betrayal. Yes, allegedly. 50 Cent dropped Remy Ma's private nudes for the world to feast on, as if releasing a brutal diss track. Decades-long friendship? Gone. Public humiliation? Check. Cinematic chaos? Absolutely. Cameras were rolling. Screams weren't staged and the internet erupted, already crowning it the wildest celebrity clash of the decade. But here's the kicker. Was it really just about the photos? Or has something far darker been simmering between 50 Cent and Papoose for years? Could this be the moment when loyalty fractures and revenge takes the wheel? Stay tuned, because what unfolds next will make you question everything you thought you knew about hip-hop royalty. So, here's how the chaos unraveled. Like most of 50 Cent's antics, it began loud, unnecessary, and broadcast to millions. But this time, there was no meme, no witty clapback. He crossed a line even his harshest critics didn't see coming. When 50 Cent pressed send on those private Remy Ma photos, he didn't just leak an image, he dropped a bomb. And the man standing directly in the blast zone? Papoose. Now, pause for a second and really grasp who we're talking about. Papoose. The man who stayed unwaveringly by Remy Ma's side for 6 long years while she was behind bars. The man who became the living embodiment of loyalty in hip-hop. This isn't some rapper with a quick fuse. This is a husband, a father, and honestly, the last man you want to provoke when it comes to his wife. So why on earth would 50 Cent think it was funny or clever to release Remy's private photos? Sources say the images weren't just provocative. They were intimate, allegedly captured during a private moment with someone who wasn't Papoose. Some insiders claim they weren't even new, but old receipts from a hidden fling buried in the past until 50 Cent decided to unleash them on the world like a ruthless TMZ special. And where did he post them? Not on some secret burner account. Not a shadowy telegram drop hidden from the world. Number 50 Cent blasted it on his main story, like he was announcing a new season of Power Book 4. Just one image, one caption, and he walked away, as if he hadn't just incinerated the ground beneath him. Within minutes, the internet erupted. Blogs went berserk. Twitter was ablaze, and poor Remy Ma, caught in the eye of the storm, accused of betrayal, exposed in real time, watching her marriage crumble before her eyes. But the calm before the storm was nothing compared to what came next. Papoose didn't log onto Twitter. He didn't lawyer up. He didn't even call 50 Cent. He showed up. Picture this. Early evening, outside a studio in Manhattan. 50 Cent had just wrapped a promo shoot, completely unaware that a human hurricane in Timberlands was about to crash into him. Witnesses described Papoose arriving alone. No entourage, no backup, just pure, unfiltered rage in human form. One source said it looked like watching a man possessed. He didn't shout, he didn't pace. He approached 50 Cent as if walking through flames. When asked what happened next, the source simply said, "If you were in that parking lot, you witnessed a show of a lifetime." It wasn't just a scuffle. Papoose didn't throw punches. He unleashed them. One fist to the jaw sent 50 stumbling. Another to the ribs left him gasping. Security scrambled, but nothing could contain the storm. And then Remy Ma appeared, screaming from the back seat of a black Escalade. "Please stop. This isn't the way." Cameras were already rolling. Someone live-streamed it. Another recorded from a tinted window. By the time the police even arrived, footage was already everywhere. But pause for a moment. This wasn't some impulsive act of fury. No, this was years in the making. The tension between 50 Cent and Papoose didn't begin with the scandal. It had been quietly simmering under the radar for months, maybe years. Insiders whispered that 50 Cent had long harbored interest in Remy Ma. He'd joke about her during interviews, casually drop her name during truth or drink games, but it was never playful for her, and certainly not for Papoose. In fact, back in 2020, there was a strange, almost eerie moment during a BET Cypher taping. Allegedly, 50 Cent leaned over and whispered something in Remy Ma's ear. Cameras caught it. Her expression changed instantly. Tightened jaw, frozen posture, eyes widening ever so slightly. Less than a minute later, Papoose stepped on stage. Coincidence? Highly doubtful. Now, with these photos surfacing, 50 Cent may have just confirmed what many suspected all along. He wasn't just joking around. He had receipts, and he knew exactly when to use them. But here's the real question. Why now? Why would 50 Cent, already juggling simmering beefs with Diddy, Lil Meech, Ja Rule, take your pick, suddenly decide this was a moment to expose Remy Ma's private life? Some say it was retaliation. Just days before the leak, Remy had allegedly turned down a role in a 50 Back project, claiming it didn't align with her brand. Was that enough to push 50 into full scorched earth mode? If you know his history, absolutely. Others argue this wasn't about Remy at all. It was about Papoose. Back in May, Papoose dropped a freestyle that subtly shaded 50's street credibility. Most fans missed it, but 50 didn't. Now, it seems we may be witnessing 50 Cent's most personal, calculated revenge plot yet. Fans immediately started taking sides faster than social media can blink. Some argued Remy had it coming if the affair rumors were true. Others said 50 had crossed every imaginable line, turning a private matter into public global humiliation. But one thing is crystal clear. Papoose isn't finished. Word on the street? That studio confrontation was just phase one. Repeated for emphasis. Phase one. According to a trusted source within Remy Ma's inner circle, Papoose didn't simply walk away after landing those blows. He left with a message, a chilling declaration that shook the label team to its core. Before stepping into the waiting SUV, drenched in sweat and simmering rage, Papoose turned back, locked eyes with 50 Cent, and said, "That was mercy. You touch my wife again and I'll bury your career." And this wasn't empty street talk. This was a direct warning from one of the most respected underground MCs in the game, a man with ties from New York's boroughs to battle rap circuits far beyond. Loyalty isn't just a word for Papoose. It's a lifetime commitment, and he has real ones ready to ride with him. Meanwhile, Remy Ma sat in the back of the SUV, tears streaming down her face, shielding herself from the paparazzi, begging security to prevent any legal escalation. But the internet? It was already in overdrive, spinning theories faster than a DJ on Adderall. Twitter detectives scoured every past photo, every interview, every lyric for clues. Was this a fair fight, or something far more sinister? But the questions kept piling up. Were these photos recent or relics from the past? Did Remy share them willingly, or were they stolen? And the most damning question of all, had 50 Cent been sitting on this digital ammunition for months, maybe years, using it like a ticking time bomb? A tweet from an anonymous burner account, allegedly linked to a former G-Unit member, claimed that 50 had been holding onto those nudes since 2018, after supposedly borrowing Remy's phone at a VIP dinner in Queens. The tweet read, "He never deleted those pics. Said, might need these someday if things get messy." A joke, or maybe not. Messy indeed. Remy tried to go radio silent, but it was already too late. Shade rooms exploded. TikTokers were reenacting the infamous slap, remixing the chaos for millions of viewers. And Papoose? He wasn't hiding. Not at all. The very next day, he unleashed a move no one saw coming. A diss track that sent shockwaves to the industry. Not just any track. A 2-minute scorcher titled Disloyal Kings, with a blurred thumbnail showing a man widely believed to be 50 Cent holding a censored phone image. The hook hit like a hammer. You posted what you shouldn't, now you ducking from the smoke/loyalty ain't a joke, and your empire's a hoax. Mic drop. The video was grainy, shot in a dim hallway, posted at midnight on a random burner channel. But it went viral instantly. Hip-hop bloggers dissected every bar, every subtle jab. By sunrise, the clip racked up over 1.5 million views, already being hailed as the lyrical hit job of the year. But the saga wasn't over. Remy Ma reportedly tried to have the video removed. Sources say her team contacted YouTube directly, claiming the visuals contain unauthorized personal images, likely a reference to the leaked photos themselves. By then, however, the clip had spread everywhere. Instagram, Reddit, Discord, all mirrors carrying the video like wildfire. Too little, too late. And 50 Cent? He wasn't staying quiet either. Oh no, Mr. Petty returned swinging, wielding his signature sarcasm as a weapon. He posted a now-deleted Instagram story from the gym, captioned, "Took a couple hits, but I'm still pretty. Y'all act like this is the first time I pissed off a rapper's husband. LOL." But the LOL didn't land this time. Behind the jokes, behind the memes, the tension was escalating fast, and the storm was far from over. Sources say a legal team has officially stepped in, and whispers of multiple lawsuits are now floating in the air. An insider with alleged ties to Remy Ma's management revealed, "It's not just about the photos anymore. This is about invasion of privacy, defamation, and incitement. Her lawyers are putting together something serious. And those camera crews who just happened to be around during the brawl? Not random fans at all. Two of them were part of a freelance team working on a documentary called Behind the Beat, a project meant to chronicle hip-hop icons in their private lives and creative processes. Now, they're sitting on literal gold. A high-definition, multi-angle recording of the Papoose versus 50 Cent clash, capturing Remy Ma's emotional breakdown in full frame. Rumor has it, Netflix is already in talks to acquire the footage. Suddenly, reality feels optional, as if the drama couldn't escalate further. A mysterious voicemail began circulating online. Grainy audio uploaded to an anonymous SoundCloud account titled NitLeaks allegedly captured 50 Cent saying, "I didn't leak them by accident. She thought she could play me behind the scenes. I warned her, she didn't listen." Let's be clear, the voice hasn't been verified. The clip could be AI generated. But when you're already drowning in scandal, every rumor hits like a tidal wave. The public reaction? Utter chaos. Some fans are blasting 50 Cent for crossing every line, call it the ultimate betrayal, and labeling him as toxic entertainment finally imploding. Others defend him, arguing he did what any savage brand builder would do to protect his legacy and his ego. Meanwhile, Remy Ma's fan base is fractured. Some continue to defend her, placing the blame squarely on the leak, not the alleged affair. Others drag her mercilessly for playing Papoose and underestimating the cost of her actions. And Papoose? He's being hailed as the last real one standing. Hashtags like hashtag Remy Malik, hashtag Papoose50, hashtag GUnexposed are trending across platforms, fueling endless debates. And then came the ultimate twist. Someone hacked Remy Ma's official website. For 6 hours, her homepage displayed nothing but a black screen with bold white text. Loyalty deserves more than silence. Watch what happens next. No one claimed responsibility. No one knew who did it. Conspiracy theorists went wild. Some suspect 50 Cent. Others believe it was a rogue fan of Papoose trying to force Remy into speaking out. To push Remy into speaking out? So far, nothing. No official statement. No interviews. Not even a single tweet. Remy Ma had gone completely dark, and that silence only fanned the flames. The world was watching, hungry for any hint of a response, desperate to know what she would say next. But instead of a press conference, a tweet, or even a sly lyric dropped into a song, Remy vanished completely, like a master illusionist pulling the final curtain. No Instagram activity, no public appearances. Even her scheduled podcast that week canceled due to personal emergencies. Watching her disappear was like witnessing a queen fall into exile overnight. And in that void, the internet did what it does best, chaos. Fake voice notes appeared. AI-generated videos claimed to be Remy responding. Deep fakes of her crying in front of camera, whispering things like, "I never meant to hurt anyone." These weren't just harmless memes. Some of these videos racked up millions of views, and not everyone realized they were fabricated. The line between reality and fiction blurred completely. Meanwhile, Papoose wasn't silent either. Far from it. He leaned in, doubled down, going full knight in shining Tim mode. A cryptic message appeared on his story. Black screen, stark white letters, just 5 chilling words. Protect what's yours at all costs. Fans flooded his DMs, his comments, his timeline. Some applauded him. Others begged him to walk away. But the overall tone was one of respect, fear, and quiet awe. It's not every day you see a man risk lawsuits, careers, and even jail time over leaked nudes, and still emerge looking like the hero. But the drama wasn't even close to peaking. Out of nowhere, a TMZ-style clip dropped, showing 50 Cent meeting with his legal team outside a downtown Manhattan law office. Paparazzi shouted questions. Did you really leak the photos? Are you pressing charges against Papoose? 50 walked away with that same smug, untouchable grin, like he was wearing a bulletproof vest. Except this time, the grin didn't land. One of the lawyers was overheard whispering something chilling. We have to settle this fast. That footage is too damaging. Too damaging? Hold on, what footage? Was it the parking lot brawl? The leaked photos? Or something even darker? Cue the entrance of a new villain into the saga. Then came an even darker twist. An anonymous insider claimed to have access to a hard drive containing not just Remy Ma's photos, but actual video evidence showing exactly how 50 Cent obtained them. In an exclusive, unnamed gossip blog interview, the source dropped a bombshell. He didn't just stumble across the images. He alleged that 50 had screenshotted them from a shared cloud folder, one Remy didn't even know was still synced. He had allegedly been watching that folder for months. What does that mean? This wasn't a petty revenge leak anymore. This was digital stalking, invasion of privacy, and depending on what comes out in court, potentially felony-level misconduct. Lawyers on both sides immediately moved to shut the story down. Case analysts were reportedly fly around like confetti. The original blog post vanished within 24 hours. But by then, screenshots had already spread like wildfire across social media. And suddenly, 50 Cent didn't seem so untouchable. The public reaction? Brutal. Memes weren't just jokes, they were indictments. Hashtags like hashtag 50 Cent the Hacker and hashtag Privacy Predator began trending. Comments on his post flooded with lock emojis, spyware jokes, and sarcastic warnings. Even brands started quietly pulling back. A liquor company he endorsed untagged him from a post. A sneaker brand delayed a video rollout he was meant to star in. The heat was real, and it was coming from every direction. Meanwhile, whispers from the Bronx suggested Papoose was lawyering up too, not to press criminal charges, but to file a civil suit for emotional distress, defamation, and public provocation. Sources say his team is demanding damages in the high six figures, claiming deliberate emotional manipulation and orchestrated public humiliation. But here's the juiciest gossip moment of all. According to a verified source inside a private VIP lounge at a recent Rock Nation party, Jay-Z personally told 50 Cent to clean this mess up before it causes real industry damage. Eyewitnesses say 50 tried to brush it off with a laugh, but HOV wasn't smiling. That's when you know it's serious. When the gods of hip-hop start whispering in corners, calling for damage control, you officially cross a line. This wasn't just a feud. This was reputation warfare. And 50 Cent may have just started a battle with a man who has nothing left to lose. And just when fans thought it couldn't get any more unhinged, Remy Ma finally broke her silence. She went live on Instagram. No makeup, no filters, raw and unfiltered. She stared directly into the camera for 7 long seconds before whispering, "I trusted both of y'all. Now the world's judging me for something I didn't even ask for. No names, no confirmations. Just pain, just truth, just devastation." The internet exploded. Comments flooded in. Celebrities weighed in. Cardi B fired off. This industry fake AF. You don't do people like that. Fat Joe reposted the clip with a caption, "Stay strong, sis. You don't deserve this circus." But the chaos didn't stop there. Just before the live stream cut out, Remy looked off camera and whispered, "They still don't know the whole truth." Boom. Mic drop. The internet melted down. What truth? What else is buried under this mountain of digital betrayal and viral chaos? Was 50 Cent hiding more than anyone knew? Did someone else leak the photos? Could there be a third party involved? Speculation exploded. Some fans argued a hidden player with ties to both camps orchestrated the entire mess as revenge. Others whispered that Remy staged the leak herself to generate hype ahead of a music release. A few corners of Reddit went completely unhinged, theorizing it was all part of a larger Jay-Z versus 50 Cent power struggle, with Papoose as the unwilling pawn. Whatever the truth, one thing was undeniable. Hip-hop hadn't seen a scandal this massive since the infamous Salon Disease elevator incident. Lawsuits were pending, friendships shattered, careers teetering on the edge, and millions of fans were watching with popcorn in hand. What started as a petty photo leak had spiraled into one of the ugliest, most explosive feuds in hip-hop history. Remy Ma's private life exposed, Papoose swinging fists in the streets, and 50 Cent once again proving that when drama erupts, he's not just involved, he's the architect. But the story isn't over. Far from it. There are still unanswered questions, silenced voices, and shady moves happening behind the scenes. Lawyers are scrambling, careers are teetering, and the industry pretends to stay neutral while secretly picking sides. And you already know the rule. Where there's smoke, there's always more tea about to spill. So now it's over to you, the real detectives of the internet. Do you think Remy Ma really had something to hide? Was 50 Cent out of line, or just executing his usual messy mastermind plan? Is Papoose a hero for defending his wife, or did he just ignite a war that can't be undone? Drop your thoughts. Don't hold back. We want all the smoke. All the smoke. And just when you think this saga has reached its peak, brace yourself. What's coming next? What insiders are whispering, it might just make everything we've seen so far look like child's play. So, if you want to stay in the loop, hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and strap in, because here, the truth burns hotter than the headlines. Until next time, stay messy, stay curious, and most importantly, stay ready.